Hello everyone, I'm May Ghalib, an IELTS trainer in Real Academy and IDP certified. Recently we've received a lot of questions on whether to take the paper-based tests or CD IELTS, which is computer-delivered IELTS. Today, let's analyze the difference between both to guide you, make up your mind and choose the best version for you. Let's start with the advantages and disadvantages of the computer-based IELTS test. First, easy to type your answers. Second, screens provided are a good size which is useful for reading. Third, less crowded. Fourth, quick results. One candidate got his results in 5 days. And fifth, slot availability. As for the disadvantages, you need to be very good at typing. Screens will get locked exactly at the mentioned time, so we will not be able to make any last-minute changes. The timer will not display seconds in the last 1 minute, so you don't know when the screen will get locked. And now, let's move on to talk about the details of each skill's pros and cons. Let's start with the listening. The first advantage is the tab key works to move from one part to another. As for the disadvantage, you need to type your answer directly into the computer. This means you need to be able to listen and type at the same time. You will not have 10 minutes to transfer your answers. You are only given 2 minutes just to check spelling. If you don't know how to move from one section to the next, you might waste valuable time figuring it out. So, it's vital to be really prepared before taking CD IELTS because it needs certain skills. Now, let's move on to the next skill, which is reading. The first advantage is that the best thing with CBT is that you can have passage on the left-hand side and questions on the right-hand side. It is really easy and convenient to read the answers and questions. You also can increase the font size. You can highlight the text as needed. In the paper-based test, it is not easy to highlight because you can't use a highlighter pen in the test. You can copy and paste from the text using Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, which reduces the chances of typos. Moving on to the disadvantages, if you're not familiar with the soft copy reading skills, this would be a real challenge. Some people prefer to touch, flip, underline or highlight the papers to concentrate. A piece of advice, you should get used to scrolling up and down long articles to get used to reading passages and navigating passages on a screen. So, there are several advantages in the reading section, which is worth thinking about. Now, let's move on to the writing. The first advantage is you do not need to count your words. The computer will show you the word count. Second, it's easier to edit your writing. You can cut, copy and paste. As for the disadvantages, the major disadvantage with computer-based tests is we unintentionally make typo errors. Though we know how to spell a word, we make mistakes when we type. It is not always possible to identify all the spelling mistakes when proofreading. Another disadvantage is that there will be a lot of people typing for 1 hour all at the same time. This means it can be very noisy, in which some people find distracting. Your typing speed needs to be adequate. Note, you will be given a pen and a paper which you can use to plan your essay. So, the main skill here is to know whether you're skillful in typing or not. Now, moving on to the speaking skill. This hasn't changed. It is still a face-to-face conversation with the examiner. Advice: make sure you practice computer-based sample tests before you try the real one. You can find one on the IDP website shown on the screen. Now, you're fully aware of both tests, and it's totally up to you to choose the best version that suits your skills. So, if you need more details, leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you very much. See you next time.